Mr. Christopher. This is my world, and this is Art Connoisseur. Look who joined us this week. Look who it is. I found a Marilyn Monroe picture in a closet in this house. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? I just opened a closet. I was like, is that Marilyn Monroe back there? And then, here she is joining us on Art Connoisseur this week. Thank you for joining us. And I also have a poster, because remember, art comes in many forms. This is a photograph that has been blown up, and this is a poster. Mr. Squiggs insisted that I put up the poster of the kitten Nuggets. Thank you, Mr. Squiggs. She really likes that picture, and I don't blame her. Look it's a good poster, and that's a beautiful picture. I mean, a beautiful photograph of a beautiful woman, Marilyn Monroe, who we all remember. Next week I got specials, but the week after, I watched a movie about Marilyn Monroe for movie reviews that we'll get into. Marilyn Monroe's all about Mr. Christopher's world. She loves it here. She loves it here, and I don't blame her. I love having her here. But with all that said, we got a normal episode of Art Connoisseur this week. Just one of those normies. I'm going to go on Facebook Marketplace. I'm going to look at the pictures and the paintings they got going on there for sale, how much they're going for. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to see if we agree with these pictures and these paintings, and if they're nice and if they're bad, or we're going to make fun of them a little bit possibly. We're going to talk about how beautiful they may be. We're going to talk about how beautiful the frames may be. And we're going to talk about the prices of these things, and if it's outrageously priced or if it's super lowly priced, and you should make a strike at that piece of art, or if it shouldn't exist at all and maybe should be purchased to be burned. Yes, we're going to talk about all that stuff. Coming up next on Art Connoisseur with me, the Art Connoisseur, Mr. Christopher. That's me. That's Marilyn Monroe. The Art Connoisseur is me. That's Mr. Squiggs. And that's a poster with kitten nuggets. Okay, let's go into it. Let's go. First, we're going to get right into it, folks, with this piece. I'm calling it Uncle Jesus. Decent frame, a little beat up, as you see the signification of the lighting from the corner of the frame. That's Jesus saying, I approve this message. I approve this piece being on Facebook Marketplace for the price, because I know that it's going to end up on Mr. Christopher's world, and Jesus approves Mr. Christopher's world. I don't have to tell you that, folks. Jesus can tell you himself. Ask him. Anyway, Mr. Christopher, how much does it cost on Facebook Marketplace? How do you feel about it? Please, sir, please, take it away. $50 for Uncle Jesus. Marilyn likes it, and I don't hate it. The frame is nice, but beaten to smithereens a little bit. It looks like it's taken some bumps in its day, and that's fine. For $50, solely based on the frame, I'd have to say, can we knock it down to $25? But for $50, if the frame was better, it's definitely a nice painting of Jesus. I don't hate it. I don't love it. I don't need it. I would buy it, I think. And I'd put it in a room. There's something about a Jesus piece like that where you put it up and it has an awe-strikingness to people. People are going to be like, oh, this guy feels certain ways, And I like art that makes people feel, because that's the point of art. Art is supposed to make you feel something, but sometimes it's not supposed to make you feel at all. But the things that are not supposed to make you feel is like a beautifully well put together bench in the perfect spot. Well, no, because then you're subconsciously feeling a thing about that bench that you may not be thinking about at all, or because you're like, good. There's too much depth to go in here with what I'm trying to say. Let's just move on to the next piece here. Next, we're going to this piece, what I'm calling Weeping Whipped Woman. This is a pretty nice piece. This is a dramatic piece, especially with the title that I gave it. That's not what it was billed as on Marketplace. On Marketplace, I believe it's just a portrait of a woman is what it was called. Boring! Mr. Christopher, how do you feel about it? How much does it cost? Please, sir, please! Take it away. Weeping Whipped Woman. I apologize. She gets a little flustered when you talk like that. She's got trauma she's dealing with, And I wish I was alive in her time, because I would try to help her. I'm sorry. Weeping Whipped Woman, $70 for that piece. $70 a little off-striking for that piece. But I think it's okay. The problem is, And this is why you can't call it Weeping Whipped Woman. Well, at the same time, maybe you can call it Weeping Whipped Woman. It's like I said, it was billed on Marketplace as Portrait of a Woman. Boring. Call it Weeping Whipped Woman. I'm telling you, it's going to fly off the shelf probably. Probably, right? People are sick. They want to see a picture of a weeping whipped woman on their wall. Do I agree with that? Am I okay with that? No, Marilyn, I'm not. But that's not the point. The point is art, and art is within the eye of the beholder. And if you name the art that is being behelded by the beholder a certain thing, that might help that beholder behold it within their home, which means they'll pay for it. And then it'll be theirs, and you sold your art. I've been saying this for years. Not years. Mr. Christopher's World Art Connoisseur has only been around for less than a year. But I've been saying it the whole time. Let's go to the next piece. Next, we're going to go here to this vintage mini oil painting with a gold frame. A vintage mini oil painting of flowers in a gold frame. This is small on the very small side. Mr. Christopher, how much does this cost, sir? How do you feel about it? Please, sir, please take it away. I'm just saying, everyone loves a slinky, Marilyn. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Oh, vintage mini oil painting of some flowers in a golden frame. The whole thing together's got to be about this big. The painting itself's like this big. That's Mr. Christopher's nose. And, you know, the price indicates to me that it's real gold. $220 for that mini piece. If I had money to just toss away and I needed to impress somebody like Marilyn Monroe, yeah, sure, I'd get it. She'd think it's adorable for sure. She would love it for sure. But I don't need to do it. I don't need to impress anybody, and you know, I need to save my money right now, so I'm not gonna do it. But it's an intriguing idea. I definitely like the reach for $220 and the small. If it's real gold, it's got character. It's got character. On to the next. Next, we're going here to this fairy girl print wall art. This is a print. I don't know where it originates from. Mr. Christopher, how do you feel about it? How much does it cost, sir? Please, sir, take it away. Billed as Victorian era fairy girl. Victorian era being between the years of 1837 and 1901, I believe. The frame has a good 70s OG feel to it that I like. $48 for that piece. I ain't buying it for $48. I would buy it for $5. I'd give it to my daughter. I could see that hanging up in like a daughter's room. That's a good, or I could see it in a kitchen, like a motherly kitchen though, or a grandmotherly kitchen. Yeah. I'm comfortable just thinking about it. But I don't know. Otherwise, $48 for that piece is wild. If it comes from the 1800s, I guess I can see why you want to bill it at $48. Maybe even just push it the $2 to $50. You may as well. But if it isn't, if it's like was made in 1972 and they're just like it's a Victorian era piece, that's not how things work. Like I said, $5, maybe even $10, but that's as far as I'm going for it. On to the next. Next, we're going here. A woman and her horse staring at a lake. This is a very nice piece. This is a very gentle piece. Mr. Christopher, how do you feel about this piece? How much does it cost, sir? Please, sir, please take it away. A woman and her horse staring at a lake in a peaceful field. I mean, that is a nice piece. That is a gentle piece. That's a piece I want, and I should have got it because the price, folks. The price, Marilyn, free. Yeah, you heard it here first. Free. That piece was free. I wish I went and just went and grabbed it. It's a beautiful free piece. It's like I said, it's gentle. It's got calmness to it. It's kind. It just has like a stillness, calm presence to it. It makes you just feel good about what's going on. But yeah, free. I would grab it. I didn't. I should have. 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 Maybe it was far away. Maybe it was far away, and I was like, yeah, I'm not driving 3.5 hours for a free woman in her horse painting. But I say that now, and I'm like, yeah, but why? I should have just done it. Well. But then if I did it, I'm not going to put any bad juju on nothing. All right, let's keep moving along here. The last piece, let's do this. And lastly, we're going to go here to this piece, an original piece by a man named Robert Heathfield. And he painted this sitting at the beaches of Gloucester, Massachusetts, apparently. Nice frame. Mr. Christopher, how much does it cost, sir? How do you feel about it? Please, sir, please take it away. I'll take it away, Larry. Thank you. $225 for that piece. The Beaches of Gloucester, Massachusetts, painted by Robert Hatfield. Who even are you, sir? $225? Does it deserve that? Does it deserve that? I don't know. If I had all the money in the world, would I buy this piece? To be honest with you, no, because I know that there are better pieces out there than that for $225. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If I had all the money in the world, I'm spending $500 on something beautiful with a way better frame and all sorts of things going on. But it is a nice piece. Drop it to 150 maybe. Drop it to 150 maybe. I have to look up Robert Hatfield. Maybe he's more important than I know. Maybe he's among the names of a Norman Rockwell type or a Monet or a Van Gogh for all I know. But, I might have to look into that. Right now, I'm not going to do that. Mr. Christopher isn't super keen on needing to educate. I'm here to make you think. We're here to talk about art, talk about prices of things, talk about movies on occasion, talk about the dead sometimes. But the educational piece, if you pick up something, you pick up something. If you don't, you don't. And if you go and look something up yourself and you learn a thing, you're welcome. I don't know what else to tell you. But with all that said, that's the end of Art Connoisseur with me, Mr. Christopher. I'm Mr. Christopher. This is my world. And I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to bring Marilyn around more often. She was a pleasure, an absolute pleasure, a delight to have on. It was a pleasure to bring you back into the spotlight. It's not a huge spotlight, but it's a light in general. It's a light. But, hey, like I said, that's the end. Let's get out of here. I will see you next week. Never be afraid. Never be afraid. Always remember, never be afraid. Always lead with love. Keep moving forward. Never fight hate with hate. When you fight hate with hate, hate prevails. And when hate prevails, no one wins. Bye! Mr. Christopher, you crazy.